Hey guys, I'm Amy. This is Stick with the Plan. Today I'm talking about how to desire the best gifts from God, how to be a vessel of God, something He can use, how to give the Lord your yes. Stay right here. Let's get right into it. So glad you joined me today. I'm talking about desiring the best gifts from God. What is the best gift? I believe it's the one that He needs at the time. In 1 Corinthians chapter 12, it talks about how we're to desire the best gifts of God, to really covet them, to be eagerly attending for them, to really looking out, Lord, how are you going to use me? We want to say yes to the Lord when He needs us. I've heard it's not about your ability, meaning it's not how talented you are, how educated you are, how qualified you are, but it's really about your availability to God. Are you available to say yes? Are you able to say, Lord, I'm willing. I might not feel the most capable, but I trust you, Lord. You can use me. Man, when God gets that yes, He can do mighty things. In Isaiah, it says that the willing and the obedient get to eat the good of the land. We have to be willing. Okay, Lord, you can use me. We have to be obedient to His word. Okay, you said it. I'll do it, Lord. One day I was in Hobby Lobby. This was during Christmas time, and I was just shopping needed something for the tree, and a lady ran up to me and she's like, oh, Amy, I want you to stick with the plan. I need you to pray for me. And I was like, oh, sure. And she said, I'd already been in Hobby Lobby earlier, but God told me to come back and I'd be healed. Wow. What she had to say yes to the Lord. Okay, I'll go back to Hobby Lobby. And that morning I had prayed, Lord, you can use me anywhere you want to. I want to help your children today. And I was just shopping, not thinking about calling a healing line in Hobby Lobby. She came to me, Amy Bailey Adkins, Amy Bailey Adkins. And so I laid hands on her right there in the nutcracker aisle. And, she sent her testimony in and said the pain left her and she was healed. What was so cute when I was praying for her was there another lady heard us praying and she just stood in line, and there were two kids after that, so it looked like a line in the Christmas department for healing. And I shared that story, and my sister Jenny heard it, and she has a really funny story about it. She's like, that's right, God can use me. And she said she was ministering or thought God wanted her to pray for this lady, and she said, can I pray for you? And the lady just took off running, jumped in her car and drove away. She's like, Amy, my story didn't work out like your story. But, Jenny gave the Lord her yes. Now, Jenny ministers a lot and gets to pray for a lot of people and has seen awesome miracles. But I just love that story that, you give the Lord your yes. We're coveting the best gift. What is it? To be used of God. In 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 21, it says, let's purge ourselves that we may be vessels of honor unto the Master's use. So if I want God to use me, it's going to keep you out of sin. It's going to put a guard upon your heart. Because you're like, I want God to use me. I don't want to be talking dirty, ugly words coming out of my mouth, being at the wrong place at the wrong time where I know God doesn't want me. You're not going to be participating in activities. You don't want drugs or alcohol. No, I want to be used of God. I want to purge myself of anything that would disqualify me. I want to give the Lord my yes. I want to be willing and obedient. I want to see the good of the land. And when you get to that place where you realize what you were made to do and how you're made to disciple, how you're made to lay hands on the sick, how you were made to preach the gospel, whether it's one-on-one or whether you have a study group, wherever you are, that you're just a walking evangelist for the Lord, ready to share Jesus with anyone who needs it. When your heart is open that way and you've said, Lord, use me today. You've got my yes. Whatever you want to do, speak it to me. I want to do it. You've made yourself available. That's when God uses you. And when you step out, that's when the grace comes upon you. I wish it happened the other way, that you get all this grace on you and you feel so equipped and you're like, I'm ready. I can preach this. I can go pray for somebody. No, really don't feel that way until you step out, and then you're like, oh, there's the power of the Holy Spirit. He'll back you up. Whatever the mission is for today, I want you to know you are well equipped. And that's how you'll stick with the plans He has for you. Thank you so much for joining me. I love hearing all that God is doing in your life. Keep those testimonies coming, and thank you for sharing this. New friends are watching this because you're sharing this. If you're on YouTube, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, leave us a comment. If you're on Facebook, like this page. We'll have a brand new video for you next week. And remember, every Tuesday, we are live. I'll see you then.